weekend. Talk about defense's performance against Louisville.
Yeah, I thought it was a tough, gritty performance. Obviously a lot of explosives given up in the game, but I thought our guys did a good job of responding and not letting that affect us. Just 'cause a lot of times sometimes you give up a big play, you get demoralized and you don't fight back. But I think we got a resilient group, and we found a way to win a tough game against a really good opponent.
Yeah, what kind of goes into, you're on the road, you're against probably the most talented offense you're going to face this year, and to start to kind of edge back into it, how do the guys stay locked in and make sure that they don't let that come back?
I think one of the couple things is that our first game of the year was a really close game. I think oftentimes when you have those kind of games early in the year, they oftentimes usually pay dividends later. You're not happy coming out of the game, but you learn how to win a close game. You certainly rather figure out how to win early. So I think having that kind of in your back pocket, like, hey, we've been here before. Hey, we know what it takes. We just got to keep going with the game plan, keep inching forward, and we'll find a way. And I think our guys, they really believed in that and trusted in that. They never doubted themselves, which was awesome.
Winning the turnover battle has been so important and was again on Saturday. What goes into that, and what's kind of the message that you give to your players to kind of create that culture that we've seen this year?
Yeah, well, since I've been here, we have our weekly takeaway talk. We do that before the game where actually Coach Bones, he'll put together like a tape, highlight tape, some NFL stuff, some of our opponent, and just certain things that to look for to just kind of mentally paint the picture for them to take the ball away in the game. And it's been a critical part of what we do. This year, we've done a better job of catching the ball. I think last year we left a lot of balls out there. A lot of balls that were dropped interceptions. So we did a lot of balls drills and things these off seasons to make sure we can make those plays and put ourselves in positions to make them. And obviously we're making them now. So it's just been a cultural thing that we preach. The first thing that the guys do on the field, even before they stretch, we got to take away emphasis of the day. So whether it's strip attempt, catching the ball, tips, like something to emphasize the turnover. So all week in practice, we emphasize it before they come out, and then Friday before the game, we have a meeting with film to kind of emphasize it. So it's just part of our culture and part of our DNA.
And Coach Lashley called Kobe's pick six the best defensive play he's ever seen.
Yeah.
What was your reaction to watching that a few weeks ago?
Well, when I was in the box, I was watching it. I was just like, oh yeah, he catch it. I was like, just protect the football. Then I saw the guy coming for the football. I was like, oh my gosh, hold on to the ball. And then I thought he was going to get tackled. But then, when I saw him still on his feet, I stood up and threw my headset off. And I was just pounding the glass, go, go, go. Then I seen the guy almost catch him from behind and strip it out too. I was like, just hold on to the football. And then he scored. I was like, it was phenomenal. I'm really happy for him. He's a guy that embodies our culture and what we want. He's all about hard work. He wants to take every rep. He wants to play every down in special teams. He wants to play every down in linebacker. I'm just like, buddy, physically that's not possible. But he's just built and wired that way, and I think it's just part of our DNA, and I think that's kind of what makes us go. We got a lot of guys like Kobe, guys that just love football, love being on the field. And I think in today's day and age, it's a lot of guys that are in like with football, not necessarily love the game, but I feel like we got a group that's obsessed with the game.
I was going to say, has that always been the case for Kobe since he walked in here, or is that something that you've seen develop as he got more comfortable and got into his role?
Yeah, I think it's more so just a comfort level. That's always been Kobe, that willingness to work. But I think it's more so just as he's gotten comfortable. Obviously, he was surprised that the team, voted him as a captain. But I said, people see what you do and people see how you work and you show up every day. Why would they not want to follow that? And that's just kind of been who he's been since he's been here. But he's had to develop because realize Kobe wasn't a starter last year for the first 3 or 4 games. He didn't start and it's just he just wasn't ready. But he kept working, kept chipping away, and he'll tell you the first person he's trying to constantly improve, better themselves. I think even this year he's grown as a leader, understanding that how his teammates see him because they voted him as captain. So now he's trying to be more vocal and set standards because he's consistently doing that. So I'm really proud of him, really proud of his development. I think he's an awesome young man.
Last time you went into an off week, it was coming off of a loss. Now you're doing it coming off of 3 wins. How do you kind of judge what do you want? Do your group and the defense to get done this week to set up the rest of the season?
I think more than anything, we got to get a jump on a good opponent. Obviously they played in a lot of tight games. And they always find a way to be in the game. So we certainly got to spend some time on our opponent and make sure we're prepared there. Two, you want to get healthy. You want to make sure you heal up some of those bumps and bruises because it's another 3-game stretch. It's going to be tough and difficult. So focusing on that. And then, lastly, it's just, clean up the fundamentals, and developing some of the other guys who haven't had a chance to get as much reps because as the season goes on, you get guys who get beat up, guys who can't eventually play. So you want to make sure the next guy is ready to go so you don't fall off. So that closing the gap in that depth piece is going to be critical, during this bye week.
What is that early scout on Stanford's offense? They'll have another game to watch.
Yeah, excited to watch them play. Saturday's Notre Dame, I believe it is. So excited to see what that is. But again, they do a really good job of running the football, controlling the clock. They got explosive receivers on the outside. And it's dangerous when you run, and then you lull to sleep, and all you know is the ball goes over your head. Played a couple quarterbacks. Obviously they're starters, the dynamic runner, dynamic thrower, and then mix the other quarterback in on some running situations to kind of move the chain. So certainly a lot to prepare for, a lot to be considered. Thinking about that opponent. They do a good job up front. Standing together on blocks and moving people and just keep moving the chains. And, before you look at it, you look up, they got a 10-play, 12-play, 14-play drive. And they just keep finding life within the drive, and that wears the defense down. And that also keeps explosive offenses off the field. It limits their possession. So they do a good job of that. We just got to do a good job of tackling. I know, the past couple of weeks, we've had a chance to affect the game in the passing game. So we'll get back to getting some tackles, linebacker-wise. So that'll be the guys will be fired up for that to play some run game and stuff. But good opponent. We're looking forward to playing.
To go off of that a little bit, obviously 2 weeks ago, Kobe had that amazing interception. This past week, he leads the team in tackles, and I would say the linebacker group as a whole has been a big part of limiting the run all season long. So what goes into making sure that your group specifically is just a complete group?
I think the first thing we do is take care of the D-line. We make sure those guys get everything they want to eat and that they're happy. Because if they do a good job in front, it makes our jobs a heck of a lot easier. A lot of it is up to them. I think as well as our D-line plays, it only magnifies our play. They're able to pressure the quarterback. Then at times we do blitz and nobody's really paying attention to us, right? When we rush 4 and those guys getting after the quarterback, now we're able to drop in zones and read the quarterback's eyes. So, a lot of our success is tied to the guys up front. I've never seen a exceptional linebacker with a bad D-line in front of them. They usually go hand in hand. So I'm excited about them. But for us, it's just a daily mentality, and it starts with me. I got to make sure that how I approach the game, and I make sure I'm full of life, full of energy every day, so that they respond the way I want them to. And I just try to be consistent. I preach consistency to the guys because if we show up the same way every day, we'll get the results that we're doing. It's when we're inconsistent, when we prepare just a little bit different. When I hit the snooze, 2 times instead of 1. If you hit it 1 time, they hit it 1 time consistently. That's all I'm telling them to do. Just be the same person day in and day out. Don't live in the bad moments. Celebrate the good moments, but don't live in those either because you got to move on to what's next. And we're excited about our next opponent, and we're excited to get playing. And the guys are still looking forward to get better. I got some guys that play a lot of football, but every single one of them just texts me, Coach, what do I have to do to get better? Can I watch film with you? They're constantly striving to find ways to keep their edge, and I think that's a good part about it.